The Unfamous Files is a fun, lively and super relatable podcast hosted by twin sisters Taryn and Shay, aspiring actors in their 30s who've been chasing their dreams for over 15 years.
While we're all about the journey in the performing arts and dreaming big, we know life's ups and downs are universal. Whether you're passion-driven, juggling side gigs or dealing with setbacks.
Our honest chats, silly stories and bursts of motivation are here to remind you success isn't just about fame. It's about staying true to what fuels your fire no matter where you're at in life.
We're here to inspire, laugh and keep it real with you guys every step of the way.
Hello!
Hey.
We're all back.
We're here.
We're back.
The buzz is here too.
Troy's being a pest straight off the bat. Yay!
Welcome back to the Unfamous Files with Shay, Taryn and Troy.
Hey, cheeks.
Weird saying my own name just then.
Yeah, that was. We haven't actually done that little intro like that. Good on you, Taz.
Thanks.
I
I'm
love
very
it. I thought it
clever.
was very professional sounding.
Thanks.
Troy's a bit like gross.
You're gross.
It's just funny. Saying my own name is strange.
It was strange.
Hey, I'm Troy. I loved that.
All of you who can't.
That was my
that
cringe
one.
moment.
What's that one? If you're listening to the audio,
Oh,
Troy just
gosh.
did a little creepy wave.
Go watch the video.
I think he thought it was cute.
It was good. It was good.
Today we are going to be talking about a day in the life of an extra and if you've ever been at the bottom of the pit.
Now, before we get started into this, let's just say, some people do love doing this job, like being an extra, because it is one, I guess, easy in a way, and it's easy money. If you don't mind just like chilling out most of the day, because if you don't know, you're sitting on a film set, which a lot of people don't know if they haven't been there. It's just a lot of sitting around while the crew and the director are getting everything sorted, while you're just sitting there for hours and hours on end. So some people love doing that and getting paid for it.
Now, for those of you who don't know what an extra is, it is actually the background people. So they're the ones miming, they're the ones walking through, they're the ones that, they feel the rest of the space and they create the scene. You can't
Create
not
the
have,
environment, yeah, 100%.
you can't not have extras. But being an extra is a really good way if you're a new actor and you're wanting to see how it all works on set and you want to get the experience of it. But depending where you want to end up, sometimes it feels like you're at the bottom of the pit.
Yeah, so that's how Shay and I sort of started with our extra work that we did a couple of things of. We were like, we really just want to get on set, see what it's all like.
Specifically, we're like, let's do Home and Away.
Yeah, our agent was like, Home and Away is really easy to do some good extra work. It's like $200, I think, for like a couple of hours. And we were like, at that age, we were like, yes, and this is the best thing ever. Home and Away, someone's going to notice us.
Anyone who's in their like late 20s, early 30s, 40s, you know that back then Home and Away was the fucking shit. It's ending next year, but I know it's ending last season next year. But it was like, if you get on this, you're going to be famous one day. And we're like, fuck it. Why don't we go be an extra on it? They might notice us. We might get a main role
We're
from
going to
this.
become famous. 15 years later, here we are on the Unfamous Files.
Yes, but that's how you kind of dream and think things are going to work out. Now, we didn't realize it was going to be the way it was. So you rock up and one, you have to pack your own lunch. If you don't pack your own lunch, you're not eating, girlfriend.
We thought we'd have food there. We're not going to lie, because every other commercial and stuff we'd been to, we'd had food there.
But apparently that was only for the crew and the actual cast.
You
and
do your own hair and makeup.
You do your own hair and makeup. They just give you the wardrobe. You bring your little sandwich, which we learnt for the next day because, we didn't bring our sandwich.
Packed our
moment.
Vegemite sandwich.
I was fucking hungry. And then we were sitting in like the school rooms and stuff like that, and the actual actors would then be filtered in to sit in their spots, and you're like, oh, I get to be next to one of them. Maybe they'll see me on screen. But it's, I don't know. Maybe one of the boys will talk to me and fall in love with me.
Oh my God,
it's maybe really
cringe.
But it's also like, it's the way that you get spoken to. It's like, you've got the cast, you've got the talent. They go, talent, talent, come in, and then they
They're
go,
above and
extra,
beyond for talent.
extra here, extra there, extra here, and now the talent in, and you're just like, you feel like I'm just like at the bottom of the pit,
And you don't
literally the bottom of the pit.
No one talks to you. No one in the talent talk to you. Just sit there quietly miming, or just sit there quietly
Miming
And-
oranges and apples, oranges and apples, oranges and apples.
Slow down.
But we're trying to get experience, and it's not the only time. That's not the only time. Like after that, we said we're not doing fucking this again for Home and Away. Like I'm sorry, like it was just we can't do it again. It was not the vibe. Or like I
We
feel
wanted
too
to be
shit.
those people. We wanted to be the talent, right? We saw extra work as we sat there, and we were just like, we just want to be them. We don't want to be here. We want to be there. That's how we saw it.
Yeah.
just FYI, their sister was the talent. Their sister.
Oh, yeah.
Their
gosh,
older
you gotta
sister
bring that
was
up.
the talent,
She
so
was.
that's where they got the dream from her. They wanted to be the talent like her.
Our
That is
sister,
so true,
She was a bit of a child star back in the day and was
She
in
was
lots
on
of
Home and Away
movies.
for a couple of years.
Home and Away for a couple of years. She also did all the things like White Collar Blue. She did All Saints.
Very talented actress
super
Brie
talented.
was.
Film with Rose Byrne. Like, you know, she was amazing. And yes, we did look up to her, Troy.
And that's where we did. That's where it all started. It is for
Yeah.
acting. That is where it started because we were primarily dancing, and then acting. We saw her do it, and we were like, we want to do that.
I want to be behind the camera and stuff.
Yeah.
Just because we love performing. But it's not the only time we've done extra work. We also did extra work on this film that was filming like it was kind of like a horror. And
It was in the middle of winter.
middle of winter, but you know, you want to make these connections and you want to build good relationships, so you just commit, you know. Anyway, we were there. It was a 3 a.m. shoot.
Our
3 a.m.
shoot time call was 3 a.m. till 6 a.m. So literally for no money, we were going there. They put us in undies and a singlet because we were like these people who'd been stolen, and then they rubbed dirt all over our face, all over our face. We sat there shivering in the middle of winter. They'd come around with some snakes and we'd have a snake, and then we'd be sitting there and
You stay awake with this snake.
Literally midnight shoot to early hours of the morning, and it was when we just like the whole time.
Like we did have jumpers and stuff like that on,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it just shows the commitment that actors will go through just to, you know, be a part of something that you think could be special or whatever it is. But one that I'm going to talk about that's super special to us, that we're all a part of, was
Yes, I
This was
wasn't.
actually a great experience
I
for the
was
three
an
of us.
extra, and I also was Toby Maguire's picture double. Just
Yes.
add that in.
Now, so you all know what film that was in. That was in Baz Luhrmann's The Great
Gatsby.
Gatsby.
Woohoo!
And
Now
we-
this was, sorry Shay, I didn't mean to cut you off, but this was like, I feel like Shay's doing a lot of talking today and I'm doing no talking.
I was like,
To be fair,
Taryn.
I feel like Taryn does a lot of talking most of the time.
I would love people to see who does the more
Wow.
talking out of the two.
Wow.
We promised you some sisterly banter. The Great Gatsby was a little bit of a different scale, obviously, to the other extra work we've done in terms of it was a ginormous set, ginormous budget. It's Baz Luhrmann, Leonardo DiCaprio, Tobey Maguire. It was still
Amazing.
very exciting, even being an extra, but the principle was still the same.
We they came to our full-time dance school that we were at, and they wanted dancers for extras, like because there's a few. If you've seen it, there's lots of party scenes. So you know, we wanted to look nice. They wanted to have actual really good, talented dancers to be the extras, not just randoms who were quickly learning to dance. So that's why they came to our full-time studio, because we had a lot of talent there, and they selected people who were the right looks for this era and all the things. And we were lucky enough to be selected. So that was a privilege in itself, and we were really excited for the experience. But, like Taryn said, you still would rather be one of the fucking cast members.
Totally.
It was like, okay, so Savage, here are some of the rules. Like, we were not allowed to look at Leonardo DiCaprio, not allowed to
speak.
talk to the cast. If you looked at Leonardo DiCaprio, you were getting kicked off that set. Now, I got so terrified one time because we're doing one of the dance scenes, and we're on this little stage, and I'm dancing with my partner, and Leo was literally behind me. And there was a girl who got kicked off set just the day before for talking to
Oh my
Tobey Maguire and
God.
asking him out. And I was like, oh my God, you know, I have to be careful, Liz. Don't look at him. Don't look at him. And then we're dancing, and then our butts start rubbing together. And I'm like, oh my God, I am rubbing butts with Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm about to get fired. I'm about to get fired is all I was thinking, being like, stop touching me. But at the same time, it was like, I'm ready to flex this to everyone.
Yeah, at the same time, I would tell this story for the rest of my life that I rubbed butts with Leonardo DiCaprio. I didn't get kicked off, so it was good.
No,
He probably didn't even notice. I noticed it was the best moment of my life, but he didn't even notice.
Doesn't know what happened, Taryn. He's
He-
just dancing away.
he was in the zone in his in his world.
What
not
are some of
noticing
the
any
other
extras.
things that were a bit-
One of my favorite things was, so this is a really funny one. One of my favorite things was like they used to get the food out, and we'd all have to go in the morning and get our hair and makeup done first. And I can see Taryn just dying to jump in here. You don't steal my story.
No, I was just going to say, can you tell everyone what order it is for everyone to
yeah.
eat in
So-
terms of crew?
Yeah, that's what
Yes.
I was going to go into. But Taryn, I can look
Just
at her.
making sure she was doing the right thing.
See? And you can tell she's the older twin.
10 whole minutes.
So, yes, they used to lay all the food out, and it would be there, the breakfast would be there ready, because we had to get there super early, get our hair and makeup done, Troy would have to get his hair done. He had to have it beautifully cut and trimmed and shaved.
Gosh. Every day you had to shave, you had to have your hair cut, sideburns, the back, everything. I remember one time they were like, you've literally, like, I had a 1-day stubble and they were like, I can see your facial hair. I was like,
Just put
I'm
makeup
like
on it.
19 years old. I don't have much facial hair right now.
And you're also wondering, what are the odds you're going to see me today on that
100%.
scene? Like, because there's like 200 of us here.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then by the time you got back to the tent, this main tent that everyone was in, they would have this breakfast spread out. But the extras had to sit down and not eat anything yet because the crew had to come in. Like the head cast were all in their own trailers and doing their own
They
thing.
got all their good food.
Yeah, they got all the next levels up, but the crew had to come in and eat first. Now, everyone, we're all 19, 18 years old. Like,
So you know how much food means to you. You want all the good shit.
you want the good stuff, but most of all, you want the sugary shit. So there was this big bowl of muffins every day.
Every
The
day it got refilled. It
muffins.
got refilled every day.
The muffins were everything.
Everything. Every single day, literally, it would be like, oh, I want to get my hair and makeup done first because I want to be the first to get the muffins. And it was like, the minute we're all sitting there, and then it'd be like, okay, extras, come and eat. And everyone would just go,
running to the line to get your plate, to get your
Literally would
food.
see all these people dressed up in 19s, 20s gear running over to their muffins. Like, literally, but we'd all be staring there. Like the Faye said, you just sit there and you stare, waiting for the crew to finish
And
eating.
you didn't get a muffin every time. Sometimes there's only like 5 muffins left.
It would
missed
ruin my whole
out.
morning. If I didn't get a muffin, I was like,
You had to have fruit. You had to
gonna be a
have
good
fruit if you missed out on the muffins.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and it was healthy. Every healthy
Healthy.
fruit. Apples, pears. There was
Bananas.
no watermelon.
Yeah.
There was no strawberry.
yeah, it wasn't the good ones. It wasn't
And-
the good ones.
And I don't know about you guys, but when the 3 of us were in full time together and you're dancing every day and you think, I can eat whatever the fuck I want, we were having, like, we'd go in the morning to get, what's it called? Like whipped cream from
Gloria Jeans.
Not on an iced chocolate or a coffee, just a thing
in a
of
bowl
whipped cream.
with some sprinkles and chocolate sauce.
And you just top it up. So, you know, you can imagine if we're eating that kind of shit every day, those muffins really meant a lot to us. That was one of my favourite extra moments when you had to run for muffins.
What
The
about you?
muffins.
What about you?
The muffins. You had to get the muffins.
Was there any particular part that you thought was just so cringy with Gatsby? I have another one. There was, you know, when we used to like, there was that time you literally couldn't see us dancing. We were the silhouettes. Remember, we were the silhouettes right at the back.
Oh my
And
God!
There was
yes,
a couple
this
of people.
was cringe.
So
this was cringe.
we didn't. Okay, we're in like we
won't name
I
names.
have actually really funny one as well, but go do this first.
This one, we were like, you couldn't see us. Like, you legit couldn't see us. We were just meant to be being like arms and stuff in the background. But some people who were extras took it really, really seriously. Us 3 together. Just,
I won't name and shame, but
I've got. I was going to tell our story of the dancing scene.
which one?
So
Obvious?
Shay and I,
Oh, yeah.
Shay and I were partnered with totally different. So they would say to you, "Okay, guys, who's the dancers? Like, who's the people we picked to do the dancing scene?" So you're all in partners. It was like
Yeah.
a slow dancing scene, and then it goes into like fast jive, and you have fun, big party. Anyway, none of us got put together at first. And then Shay and I got these crazy random people. Anyway, these people are so desperate. Like, this one lady was like, I need to be at the front. I've got to, and I
She
think
just wanted her big screen time.
I think I was with, no, Shay was with the guy that was at the front and I was behind. And she goes, I want to be at the front, I want to be at the front, I want to be at the front. She comes over and she's like, oh, do you think we could swap partners? Shay and I were like, yeah, let's do it. Like, we'll be with our best friend. Like, we're going to do that straight away. And she's like, yeah, cool. And she runs to the front. And we were like, what is wrong with this lady? Like,
It's like you honestly couldn't get seen.
It was
You
like
seen. Like, you couldn't.
crazy.
And at the same time, if you could, it'd be like, there's my wig.
Here's my hand.
Let's be
Yeah.
fair. Let's be fair, Shay. I'll round this up with this story. Okay, I totally get that because at the time we were like, you can't be seen. But then there was this one moment where it was like, okay, what were we even doing?
It was ready for
Okay,
the
we were ready for the
scene.
fireworks scene. So they chose a few extras just to stand on the stairs there where Tobey Maguire and Leo were going to be standing and watching the fireworks. We got to be a part of those extras. We're like, yay! Anyway, so we get there. We've already been set up on the stairs, and then like, can we just have a practice of everyone watching the fireworks? We're like, ooh, wow!
And they're
And then
really
Baz
expressive.
Luhrmann's watching it, and he's like, okay, stop. He's like, he drags every single person off and then goes, except for you two and me and Shay were like, oh God, we're about to get kicked off the set or something.
No, I wasn't. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be famous.
Oh, I
Shay's
wasn't
in
at
her
first. I was
moment.
like, what did we do wrong?
I was like,
and then he goes, you two right in the middle. And me and Shay were like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you watch that scene, you can
You'll
see
see
it's
us right-
Toby and Leo here,
And you see
we're
our little heads going, and he goes, show me again. And we had to show him again. He goes, you two are set for the silver screen. And it was like, I'm not going to lie, it was the best moment of my life, Baz Luhrmann saying to me and Shay, for doing this, you are set for the silver screen.
But-
I have taken that with me everywhere. I'm like, I still believe I can make it because Baz Luhrmann said it.
But to be fair, he also then picked us out to do another little featured extra
We did.
moment.
We got to do a big, not a big scene, but it was like we spent like 40 minutes with just him and us doing a
Yeah.
little featured extra scene, which is really just us walking past the camera.
Yeah.
That's how
And we go like this. We just,
But
you know, when you say, and everyone fake laugh, that was us.
as we walk past, you could see that moment in the movie too. But that's those two special moments. You know, even though it was being an extra, Shay, that really for me, I don't know about for you, that we were in our dance era then. That made me go, I reckon we could do this, and I really want to be in acting like that.
Yeah.
Someone like him saying that to me, even though we were just looking at fireworks,
Even-
was a really special thing.
Whether you know whether he says that to everyone or not, you don't know. But at the same time, it kind of just felt like, yeah, he believed in us this little bit. And I think it's those moments when you are an extra that you hope that those key moments do happen for you. And I don't know, if one day Baz is listening to this, it really did mean something to us.
And we're still here.
It inspired us
and if
to
you want to
keep
put us
pushing.
on the silver screen, we're here.
Exactly. It really, I think Taryn's been worse with the jumping in this episode, personally.
Okay, that's 4 episodes for Shay, 1 episode for me.
Excuse me. It was only 3 episodes per day. But no, I think it's those little key moments that even though, yeah, you can feel like you're fucking getting
At the
put
bottom of the
through
pit.
and at the bottom of the pit, but those special moments
Keep you going.
keep you going and keep you motivated. And 15 years later, we're on probably 10 years later, 19, so
Don't
Oh my
say
gosh.
our age.
Shay, don't do that. Stop there. Just leave it.
so anyway.
10 years later.
Years later, we are still striving for this, and in the back of my mind, sometimes when I get a bit down, I actually do just think that, no, like, he saw a little bit of something
Yeah. So if you're ever at the bottom of the pit in a place that you really want to strive towards
to get to the top of.
just keep going. Like if it's something that makes you happy, still if it stops making you happy, I feel like you can let it go. But if it's still making you happy, like every time I get on set, it doesn't matter how little the project is, how big the project is, it literally lights something up inside of me, and that's what keeps us going all these years later.
100%. And these core memories are the ones that shape us into the people and the actors we're becoming and really drive us. So
It's all going to happen at the right time.
100%.
Trust the timing.
Yeah, trust the timing, trust the process. I know that's one of the most annoying things to hear, but seriously, do
do
it
it.
because you look back and, yeah, you never know when the wave's going to happen. So thanks, Baz. Can't wait for you to listen to this big episode of us.
Thanks, Baz. We're all here
Baz. And
together.
we had a really good, these are core memories
we
that we're
had
going to
an
remember
amazing
together as like a
time on that
best
set,
friends
definitely.
as well.
100%. So, yeah, thanks for listening to this episode. But
We'll be back with more on Famous Files next time.
woo!
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.